Jay asks, hi Lisa, thank you for your work. Could I have one question? Sure. When we are cut off, the body, the mind seeks energy. What kind of energy? What are the symptoms of mind seeking energy? Greetings from Poland. Hey Jay, thank you for your questions. Yeah. I mean, when you're cut off from the body, you're cut off from presence, because the body in a way is part of this. So when you're cut off from your emotions, you're kind of cut off from everything, because there is going into the mind and living in the mind and cutting off from part of experiencing. So you're living in this dualistic reality, a mental reality, when you cut off from the body and cut off from the emotions. So you're not actually experiencing what is, you're experiencing what is through a mental interpretation, which is also what is, but it's it's non-duality. It's what we're speaking of. It's the person believing that they are a thought and experiencing life through separate thought, through separation, through an energy of separation. So when you're seeking to come back to what is. So often people that are caught in their head, especially fine with men, I think this also would be the same for women, but I find that people that are very cut off and in their head, then often things like sexuality they can get too addicted to, because it's actually in some way pulling you back down into the body. Like if you go down to your base chakra, it's like, and do that, it's pulling you back down to your body. But it's also creating separation as well. Like if there's an addiction to porn or something, I'm not against porn. I don't think it's unspiritual. Yeah, but it's kind of becomes mental as well. Like you're in imagination as well. So it's like you're bringing the energy back into the body, but you're also in imagining, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So touch, hugging, exercise, sport, all these things actually can be really good for somebody that's very in their head, because it's pulling their attention into the body. So somatic therapy can be really good. But in the end, what you really want is presence. And the reason coming into the body, it's like coming into the body is part of it. You go from being in the head to being in the body, because the body is in experiencing. And the part of the reason that you went into the head was because you couldn't deal with the emotions and the sensations and the experiences in the body were too intense for you. So you went into narrating a story about it to keep yourself safe. So often in spiritual teachings, there is a process of coming back into the body and sinking back into the heart area and the I am and presence. But all of that still, when you're doing that, has a separate mind to it, has a person that's doing that. And non-duality is the collapsing of that as well. And that's also discussing an apparent process. So that also, in another way, can't be true, because all there is what is. That's so confusing and mind-bending. Going from speaking more in duality to less, to more to less. Yeah. So it's like what I was saying to the other person, it's like a complete acceptance of feelings and sensations, but it's not your acceptance. But there can be this apparent process of it seeming like you're accepting it, you're becoming more embodied, you're doing activities to become more embodied.